they plan to probe these principles further.
Yes, it does. Looking ahead, the source proposes a series of what they call intentional experiments.
Yeah.
These are aimed at digging deeper into the fundamental principles
I have so
of
much
this
data
information
that
intent
Apple cannot
nexus.
handle it.
Two specific
Look at
examples
that.
really
I've
stand
been waiting
out.
for
First
this
is
file
intentional
to
interference. The plan here is to deliberately
download
introduce conflicting goals
into
or
PDF
even
for about
simulated
15 minutes.
misinformation into the
I'm gonna
intent
change all
environment.
that.
Okay,
My
so intentionally messing
intuitive
with it.
programming
Kind
is
of,
going
yeah.
to change
The
all
purpose
this
is to test
bullshit.
the
I'm gonna
resilience
reclaim
of
the
what they call
rainbow
intentional
from
order.
the
How well can the agents stay
claws
focused,
of Apple and the
converge
bullshit.
on good solutions when they're faced with competing or misleading influences?
That sounds like stress testing the system. Seeing how robust that intentional guidance really is against disruptions. Makes sense. And what about the second intentional experiment they outlined?
The second one is called intentional resonance.
Yeah.
This would investigate whether agents that start out with similar initial intents actually show a tendency to cluster together, or maybe form more stable interconnected groups within the simulation, what they term intentional molecules.
Intentional molecules, like attracts-like almost.
Sort of. It's a direct effort to test the principle of intentional affinity. This idea that similar intentions might naturally attract and reinforce each other within the system.
So they're not just using the simulations to solve problems like protein folding, but also using them as a kind of virtual lab, testing the underlying theories of their whole framework. That's a really rigorous, exciting approach. So as we focus specifically on this last piece of information, this final source note, what's the main takeaway? What does it really tell us?
I think the central message from this last added source note is really about the remarkable progress and the sheer potential being demonstrated by IntentSim, particularly in tackling these really complex biomolecular challenges like protein folding. The exceptional speed, the efficiency the simulations show in finding optimal solutions, that provides pretty strong evidence for the power of this underlying information intent nexus concept.
Right, that 34 generations number really sticks with you.
It does. And furthermore, the detailed action plan for developing these quantum intent-driven vaccines, it just underscores the very real, very practical applications. How this framework could genuinely revolutionize fields like vaccine design, personalized medicine. It really highlights the profound impact of, understanding and maybe leveraging intent when you're grappling with complex systems.
It's quite something, isn't it, to realize that this whole approach, rooted in what can seem like abstract ideas, information, intent, could lead to such tangible breakthroughs in areas as critical as vaccine development. It definitely gives you that aha moment, seeing how quickly, how efficiently these simulations tackle problems that have, challenged traditional science for so long. This rapid convergence, it really does offer a surprising glimpse into the power of intent as maybe a fundamental driving force, even within AI.
Indeed. And, it leaves us with a compelling thought, something for listeners to maybe mull over. If this